Hey there. So we're reviewing a classic beer. I actually don't. Yeah, I've never actually had this on the channel. Anderson Valley Barney Flats Oatmeal Stout, solar powered brewery. Anyway, they kept the label. Yeah, I remember this guy in bottles, 12-ounce cans, but they're environmentally friendly beer. They got the bear with the moose horns. Terrible labeling. Really updated any of their stuff, but this is still a classic beer. And somehow Anderson Valley, all the way from like what Central Coast California, is doing this kind of like stuff. Come all the way to Florida, so they're nationwide. Somehow Anderson Valley is like in the program of what Total Wine gets. I see a ton of it, and pretty crazy. So this obviously stands up pretty well because it is stout. No clue. 230. Yeah. There's no great candy date on that, but it is a stout. So we're gonna take an oatmeal stout, classic style oatmeal stout. Let's dig into it. Beer is really dark. That is pitch black. I mean, this is a really dark for beer. Like that is pitch black for 5.8% oatmeal stout. Yeah. It smells quite nice. It smells a little creamy in the sense that it has this kind of like oat cream kind of thing going on. Reminds me of like hazy IPAs of like there's just like this creaminess. Obviously, it's not like milk or anything, but it's actually obviously very dark. Dark chocolate, dark dates, plums, dark chocolate. Very nice. Cheers. Quite nice. Yeah, that's a good beer. So, wow. As I dig into it, you obviously can see it's actually not as dark as a beer as it can be because like there's some like darker edges or brownish edges to the light. The beer is really delicious. I mean, it comes with a really nice kind of milk chocolatey thing. The oats are noticeable. I feel like pretty good about that, like noticing oats in something. Same thing, I like smelled it. Obviously, confirmation bias, blah blah. But it's got a really nice kind of like oat creamy thing to it, along with that kind of like rich, lingering milk chocolate sweetness. The beer is actually not that sweet. It is decently roasty. It is a classic beer. Wow. Milk chocolate, wafers. Lingers a little bit of like ashy bitterness that American beers sort of do with like dark American beers. Like right, like we're talking about like subtlety that American beer generally doesn't have, where it has like big roastiness and bitter, acrid flavors. This has a hint of that, but then it hits with this kind of like creamy sweetness that like is an impression. The oats are noticeable. It has this kind of like, it's an after flavor where it really tastes like oatmeal. You sit there, you linger on it. It has oatmeal kind of flavor to it. It's a pale graininess that is so distinct, that is very different from I don't know how to describe it. A lot of pale beers, especially with wheat and pale malt, you sort of describe as like Pilsner malt sort of goes with like a white grape flavor. Wheat sort of goes with this kind of like doughiness. Here, it's almost like doughiness, but it really is oatmeal. It tastes like, sorry, like the noise, but the after flavor, aftertaste is oatmeal, lingering kind of just like oatmeal flavor. Sometimes beers come off with this kind of oat cracker thing, like that. Those Quaker Oats kind of like oat crackers. I used to eat those at breakfast when I was in college. Nice quick breakfast that you don't have to cook at all. Just like hit that in your face. Low calorie. Here it's like a lingering kind of that and A little bit of oatmeal, plain white oatmeal, none of that flavor stuff. Like, yeah. For 6%, yeah. Nice body. Just a truly delectable beer for like a solid classic. It doesn't really push too hard on roast. Obviously, shows it's American, but it's really quite nuanced in its roast. Wow, and lingering on that like really beautiful kind of like grainy. I think some people blind. I mean, including myself, would if this was put in BJCP, if I rate it blind and it is rated wrong category, I would have like guessed it was like too tannic, right? There's almost this kind of like grainy extra thing that's going on. It's almost like too grainy tannic, but obviously it is an oatmeal stout, so it sort of fits in that kind of like issue of it. But it's like enjoyable if you know it's an oatmeal. I don't know. Does it make it more enjoyable that you notice this kind of like tannic, kind of grainy oatmeal thing? Yeah. It's not a really big beer. Very tasty. Nice sweetness up front. Impressive sweetness. Big body. Big body. For a 6% beer. Huge body. Like, oof. Like this gelatinous like protein thing sort of hits. So I guess it hits with the oats. Well constructed beer. It's absolutely fantastic. This beer for me gets a solid 9.3. It is so good. Barney Flats Oatmeal Stout. I mean, it's just like a well constructed, delicious beer. Absolute classic. At 6%, I'm going 95. 95. Oatmeal Stout. It has really wonderful kind of like vanilla kind of sweetness. Again, it's that kind of like oaty thing that sort of hits. The chocolate's not too hard, not too acrid and ashy, but shows a little bit of that. Not noticeable really hop character to it, but just a really nice, delicious stout that really is really inviting. It is. It has impact, but at a subtle point, and then also shows like sweetness too, impression. For a dark beer, this is a really inviting guy. 95, absolutely fantastic. This is a classic. I highly recommend. This is Barney Flats. Crazy beer to Anderson Valley. Somehow still around, crushing it, and not bought out or anything. And stay independent. Until next time, guys. Cheers. Later.